Hi everyone, welcome to class. This is a recording I'm making for English 9. Okay, let's go ahead and share my screen. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so everybody should have access to Connect Ed online. If you have not gotten your username and password, then go ahead and send me an email and I will send you the information that you need. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to do is let's just take a look at what you should have already done so far in this class. So you want to go to my website. Make sure you have that saved as one of your bookmarks up here so you can quickly access it. Click on my pacing guide, or you may have already printed out a copy of this, which is a really good idea. Okay, so we've got B track here and we have C track here, okay? So let's see, today's date is September 10th. So everybody at this point should have read the story Marigolds. Now, if you started with B track and you're behind and you're stressed out, then just start following the C track and you'll be fine, okay? The C track eventually catches up with the B track. So everybody should have read Marigolds and done the think and focus questions. And I told you for this first assignment that you could choose 3 think questions and 1 focus question. That's worth 40 points. Now I did get a couple questions about turning this in. Now I haven't collected it yet because you're going to turn all of the assignments in at one time on, if we scroll down here, it says right here, September 22nd if you're B track and September 25th if you're C track. Submit all think and focus questions to NGrade in one Word document or Google document. You should have a total of 13 stories you have answered questions for. And I think it may be less than that, it might be 12 stories. I need to go back and double check. All right, so you'll see in NGrade that there is a turn-in where you're going to attach one document and you want to make sure that you use the cover sheet. So let me go ahead and show that to you real quickly in case you missed it. Okay, so this is our cover sheet and it says the directions here, and here are all the think and focus questions that you have to do for Unit 1. Marigolds, To Kill a Mockingbird, The Jungle, Lift Every Voice and Sing, Statement on the Assassination of MLK, Harvest Gypsies, Endangered Dreams, The Grapes of Wrath, Tuesday Siesta, Living to Tell the Tale, The Elephant Man, and The Mending Wall. So there are 12 stories total. Okay, so this is worth a lot of points, 500 and some points. And you can see that I've copied and pasted some of the questions, some of the think questions here already. So I think it's a lot easier to go on to Connect Ed and copy and paste those questions onto this document rather than type out all the questions, of course. So, all right, so there's the cover sheet. Let me go ahead and go back to my website here. Okay, so 520 points, there we go. So that's gonna be a big deal. So come September 26th, I will go into my NGrade gradebook and I will enter zeros for everyone who does not have that in by the 25th. I'll give B track a few more days. But if you don't have it turned in, then I'm gonna put a 0 in your gradebook. Now, you only have 30 points in there so far. You have your introduction email that you sent me, you have the Bitmoji extra credit, and then you're gonna have a 520 assignment. So what do you think that's going to do to your grade? It's going to take that shining A+ that you have right now and drop it down to an F, okay? So make sure you get that, you're keeping up with the assignments, okay? So today is September 10th. So those B track kids, you guys should have Marigolds read and you should have finished the think and focus questions. You should have taken the Marigolds quiz on NGrade. There's only 2 questions, so make sure you get that done. And then, let's see here, I'm going to work on grading that this week. And then everybody should start reading To Kill a Mockingbird. Now, this is where it gets a little bit confusing. Let me go over, I wanted to go over To Kill a Mockingbird with you guys So let's take a look at StudySync. So how you find the stories is when you log in, it's going to say no assignments are assigned. Well, that's because this is not an online class. This is a textbook class, and you should be able to do this class with just your textbooks, okay? So the ConnectEd website is basically like an online library, okay? So you're going to go to the library, and we will read the entire To Kill a Mockingbird novel. Wow, I'm having typing issues here. We will read the entire To Kill a Mockingbird novel, but this first assignment is just on a short part of it, an excerpt. So I type in To Kill a Mockingbird, and I see it come up here. And once again, if you have your textbook, you don't need to be going online. But if you don't, then you can access everything online. So I really like this intro video. Let's go ahead and see if it'll load. Okay, so some interesting themes, drawing from events in our own childhood. Harper Lee completed To Kill a Mockingbird just prior to the peak of the civil rights movement. It created an immediate sensation, winning the Pulitzer Prize in 1961 and selling over 15 million copies. All right, so this is just a little intro. I feel like when you have context for the story, it's always very helpful to understanding the story. So then here's some important vocabulary words. Okay, so we have haint, which is a ghost or an apparition. Amiable, which is friendly or agreeable. Magnesia, which is a liquid medicine used for treating indigestion. Wisteria, a vine with large branches of pale purple flowers. Entailment, a law that limits the sale of property to a specific group of relatives. Okay, then after you review those vocabulary words, you're going to go to read. And once again, you can listen to the story being read to you. Okay, so this is going to give you a little intro to To Kill a Mockingbird. It's just from it's an excerpt from chapter 3. So this is how long it is. It's a little lengthy, but it reads quick because there's a lot of dialogue. All right, then you're going to go to StudySync TV if you would like. We already watched that. And then here's our Think questions. So once again, if you highlight the question and go Control-C, it will copy it, and you can jump over to your cover sheet. Let me go ahead and pull that up. And just title it, so it'd be under here, there's the jungle. Once I finish the jungle questions, I just go right underneath it and write To Kill a Mockingbird, and then I'd go to question 1, number 1. Okay, Walter speaks in a Southern dialect that reveals not only where he grew up, but also other things about his character. Cite an example of Walter's dialect and explain what it tells about his character. So once again, I said this in my first couple lessons, but it's really important that you use quotes from the story. So this says, cite an example of Walter's dialect. So let's go back to our story here. Okay, we go back to the reading. And let's see here. So when Walter caught up with us, Jem made pleasant conversations with him. I haint, there's that word, our vocabulary word, lives there, he said cordially, pointing to the Radley house. Ever hear about him, Walter? Reckon I have, said Walter. Almost died first year I come to school, and at them pecans. Folks say he poisoned him and put him over on the school side of the fence. Okay, so pisoned, so that's prisoned, right? So he definitely is speaking in a dialect. So what you could do is copy this quote, okay? Go back to your question and answers here, and you can say, start it by saying, in the story, Walter says, comma, and then quotations. There we go. And then type it out there. This is the quote from the book, the story, and then end quote. Okay. And then you can say, we see here that he clearly has an accent. Okay. Now, pisoned, right, instead of prisoned. So maybe this shows a lack of education. You know, whatever you think that says. All right. So there you go. That's just an example. I'm going to go ahead and save that. You know, save it. Okay. All right. Let's go back to our story here. Okay. So then we continue on with our think questions. You need to answer all the think questions. There's 5 of them, and then you can answer 2 of the focus questions. If you don't have your textbook, then you can choose 6, 7, or 8 as a focus question and just choose one of those. All right, and I really like these little videos of the students talking about the stories. I think it is really helpful to your understanding of the story. Okay, so let's just take a look at our pacing guide once again. So today is September 10th. You should have read up through To Kill a Mockingbird. You should have 2 stories completed, Marigolds and To Kill a Mockingbird. You should have the questions completed, the focus questions done, and then be ready for this week when we tackle the jungle. Okay, guys, well, it's been great having you in class today. I hope to see you soon, and make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube page so that you see all the new videos that I post. Have a great day. And hopefully I can figure out how to turn off my video. So we'll just wait awkwardly while I do that.